The 9th Division captain who hates the counterattack type world and sticks to his own sense of justice because he cannot see. That's a very interesting translation. Tosen Kaname. He is a 4-star ease of use character. He is 100% special skills oriented, not very strong, but he is somewhat tough, pretty fast, and he has decent reach. The first thing they show us is also the first thing listed here, his unique skill, Narikyo Water Stop, but it's just called Transcendence in the trailer. If you receive a close combat attack while in a stance, you can counter it by going behind your opponent and slashing. If you are in a stance, you can also nullify long distance attacks. The hitbox is very interesting on this move. I don't know if it's an early development thing, but it seems like it goes a little bit further than the actual tip of the blade. I don't know if that's going to end up being a problem or end up changing the way things play, but that's just something that I noticed. Other than that, it's just your typical counter, but it can also nullify long distance attacks. He has some built-in anti-zoning mechanics that are going to be very, very, very fun to take advantage of, because since this is one of his unique skills, that will not take any EX meter. It won't take any of your EX meter to use this. You can just pop this out. I don't know if they go on a cooldown or how it's balanced, but it's essentially like your tilt move in Storm. And then the next thing they show us is his Spiritual Pressure Technique 1, Kiyomushi Type 2 Red Locust. It is called Suzumushi Nishiki Benihiko in the trailer. It attacks by jumping backwards and firing countless needle-like blades. Since it creates distance while attacking, if you read the timing well, you can both dodge and attack. As shown in the trailer, it is a little bit of a counterattack type of attack, because I don't know how much notice you need when somebody throws an attack out to throw this out and it continue to actually be a counter, but you do create some good distance. So the majority of close to mid-range fighters, I don't think will be able to hit you when you do this as an evasion. But when you're going up against the forms like the release form of Byakuya, characters like Uryu, possibly even Renji, depending on his Zabimaru, depending on how far it goes, I don't see that being very useful against a lot of characters. If you have like Hado techniques or just distance techniques, I don't think this move is going to be that effective. So maybe it's just if the person is close distance and neutral, and then you use this to kind of create a little bit more distance. I think it really shines once you pair this with his Bankai. The next thing they show us is his Spiritual Pressure Technique 2, Elytra. It's called Saiyabane in the trailer. It charges forward and slashes the opponent. If it receives an attack while charging, it will release a red locust and jump, which is this. The red locust, I don't know why they're calling it that, but that's just when he has a whole bunch of needles that come out. It will release a red locust and jump back, transforming into a technique that combines offense and defense. So pretty much when you pop this, if you pop it at the right time and you react to your opponent's move, it just turns into the Spiritual Pressure Technique 1 in terms of functionality. If you don't use it to counter somebody's move, it just is a charge into a slash. I don't know if there's more you can do to follow up after the slash, but honestly, it looks kind of weak if you're not using it as a counter type move or to intercept somebody's attack. Lastly is Bankai, the final Sumishi ceremony in McCricket. Man, these translations are something. Now, this is the part I was honestly the most excited about when thinking about this character, because I'm like, how is this going to work? And there was a comment left and they asked, how is it going to work with split screen? And that is a very, very good question. So if you guys have any ideas how his Bankai will work with split screen, definitely let me know. When he releases his Bankai, the opponent's screen will be darkened outside a certain range, and he will be able to take advantage of the fact that Tosen cannot be seen by the opponent. Over time, the opponent's field of vision will expand, but it is possible to take the opponent's vision away again by hitting them with a broken soul technique. So just a Keycon move, your soul destroying move, whatever you want to call it. If you hit them with it again, it'll re-up on the darkness. So there's kind of a time limit on it. Now, my question is, how does Tosen, the player playing as Tosen, online or otherwise, how do they know when the timer is about to run out, or when the darkness is being expanded, like when the darkness is running out? What they show us in the actual trailer is the opponent's view. So I'm like, are you just, is it like a meter that it could very well be a meter that pops up somewhere on the screen, because we've seen in multiple cases there are special meters that pop up, and over time it just starts decreasing, and then when you use your Keycon move, it'll fill that meter back up again. That's gonna be my guess as to what, or as to how the person playing Tosen will be able to tell what's going on when it comes to his darkness. And when it comes to the split screen aspect, I genuinely don't know how they're going to do that. So if you guys have any ideas, definitely let me know. And the thing I think is super cool about his Bankai, like I said earlier, is the synergy that it has with his Spiritual Pressure Technique 1. So if you are completely engulfed in darkness like we see in the trailer, the distance that you create when you jump back from using his Spiritual Pressure Technique 1 is enough distance to put you back in the darkness and make you go completely invisible again. They are going insane with the unique characters, which makes me think we probably are going to get a smaller roster. I was thinking maybe between 40 and 60. Now, if we get 50 characters on launch, I might be surprised, and we'll probably hover around 40, but who knows, I'm just, every time we see a new character, it's just something interesting all over again, and I love how they're keeping the soul of Bleach in this game. It is called Rebirth of Souls, so they definitely are doing it justice. If you guys like that video, leave a like, a comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you think. It's been real. It's your boy, Lee the Warlord, and I'm out of here. Peace.